June 1942. The Imperial Japanese Navy was unstoppable, its carriers dominating the Pacific.
Their elite pilots and superior aircraft had swept aside all opposition since Pearl Harbor.
The Japanese Empire seemed limitless, building an impenetrable defensive perimeter. Leading this formidable force was Admiral Nagumo, a seasoned, though sometimes cautious, commander. Their next target? Midway Atoll, a vital American base, key to controlling the Central Pacific.
But unbeknownst to Nagumo, American codebreakers had cracked Japan's secret codes.
The U.S. knew where and when Japan would strike, allowing them to prepare a deadly ambush.
What happened next defies belief. In just 5 minutes, the Pacific War was utterly transformed.
June 4, 1942. Nagumo launched his first wave to attack Midway Atoll, far to the south.
The Americans, though outnumbered, sent out their own planes to meet the incoming Japanese. Japanese Zeros easily swatted down American fighters, but the U.S. attack planes were still searching for Nagumo.
Nagumo's first wave returned, needing to be refueled and rearmed for another attack on the island.
Then, a scout plane delivered chilling news. An American fleet, including carriers, had been spotted. Nagumo faced a terrible dilemma: land bombs for Midway, or anti-ship torpedoes for the U.S. carriers.
He ordered a frantic switch of ordnance. Hangar decks became a floating powder keg of high explosives.
All the while, wave after wave of slow, obsolete American torpedo bombers attacked, one group after another. They were slaughtered. Almost every American torpedo plane was shot down by the nimble Zero fighters.
This seemed like a complete disaster for the Americans, a fruitless, suicidal sacrifice.
But this sacrifice served a critical, hidden purpose. It drew the Japanese Zeros down low.
The skies directly above Nagumo's carriers were left dangerously exposed, unprotected.
Then, as if by fate, American dauntless dive bombers, led by Wade McCluskey, arrived.
They found the Japanese fleet completely by chance, at the perfect altitude, at the perfect moment.
Nagumo, preparing to launch his own strike, could only watch in stunned horror as doom descended.
The stage was set. In these 5 fatal minutes, the war in the Pacific would change forever. The Kaga was hit by multiple bombs, tearing through its deck into the chaos below. It became an uncontrollable firestorm, a blazing funeral pyre. Its fate was sealed. Then the Soryu. 3 direct hits, igniting its own loaded planes and fuel. Within minutes, the once mighty carrier was a molten wreck, burning from bow to stern.
Finally, the Akagi, Nagumo's flagship. A single bomb, but it struck the most vulnerable spot.
It detonated amidst armed aircraft below deck, tearing the heart out of the pride of the Japanese fleet.
In just 5 minutes, 3 of Japan's most powerful aircraft carriers were transformed into blazing wrecks.
The impossible had happened. The backbone of the Imperial Japanese Navy was broken.
A 4th carrier, the Hiryu, survived the initial attack and bravely launched a retaliatory strike.
The Hiryu's planes hit and crippled the American carrier USS Yorktown.
But the Hiryu was soon located by American scout planes and destroyed later that afternoon.
4 Japanese carriers, 400 irreplaceable pilots. A catastrophic, irreversible loss. Japan's naval leadership was stunned. They would never fully recover from this devastating blow. Midway decisively shifted the balance of power in the Pacific, ending Japan's offensive dominance. These 5 minutes of sheer terror and tactical brilliance became the turning point of the Pacific War.